MOX and you open the box, we give you almost everything you need. But the one thing that we don't give you that's very important are pedals. Pedals are a very big part of what you do to express yourself musically. Now, we all know about the sustain pedal. There's a sustain pedal, but there's also a programmable foot switch. This will give you great flexibility. You'll see a little module on that. And also an expression pedal. That's a sweep pedal that will allow you to do a myriad of things, from wah-wah pedal to volume to panning to whatever you really need to do. So there are 3 pedal options for the MOX, and you should really look into them because they're a part that you don't get in the box that's very important to create your music. Now, your MOX does not come with pedals, so you want to look into getting a genuine Yamaha foot controller pedal, the FC7, that's a sweep pedal for volume. You have the FC3, which is a special sustain pedal that allows you to do continuous control on the sustain pedal. So you can do piano half damping effects. And there's the FC4 pedal, which you can use as an assignable controller. Now, setting up the pedals, we're going to utility mode, and F4 is controller assign. Now, there are a couple of screens. Subfunction 1 will allow you to assign controllers. You can see what control numbers they're assigned to. And there's foot switch. Now, one of the first things I want to show you under foot switch is the sustain pedal. You can select the FC3. Sustain pedal setting FC3 half on refers to the half dampering effect. That's where the pedal can be a continuous controller and send all values between 0 and 127. You can use an FC3 with that turned off. That's FC3 half off. Or if you purchase an FC4 or FC5, these are momentary switches. This allows this pedal to be used in the sustain pedal jack. All right. Now, one of the things that you'll want to do to customize the foot controllers to your own playing style is under the assign. So subfunction 1, you can see here that you have breath control, you have ribbon control. Now wait a minute, Phil. There's no breath controller jack, there's no ribbon controller on the MOX, but these are standard MIDI control numbers that can be used even though they're not there. In other words, breath control is a mouthpiece that allows you to control sound by blowing into a mouthpiece. It is a standard MIDI control. So the MOX can respond to breath control even though it cannot send it. Same is true with the ribbon controller. Now, FC1 is a foot controller pedal. FC1, or foot controller 1, refers to the jack on the back panel. This you can plug in a Yamaha sweep pedal, the FC7. This allows you to control things from volume, or you can use it as a wah-wah pedal. You can use it to control filter, panning. It is assignable. This is the wonderful thing about customizing the unit. You can customize it to what you want to do. Now, FC2 is a foot controller 2. This also is an assignable controller. It can be used for advanced controlling. In the second column, you'll see AS1, that's assignable knob 1. On the upper left-hand corner where you have your knobs, you'll see that there's an assign 1 and assign 2 knobs. This allows you to customize any voice to a specific control. We'll show you how to do some of that in just a second. Assign 1 and assign 2. You can see the number 16 and 17. What this refers to is the control change number. So in MIDI, each controller has a number and then it has values that it sends. At the bottom of the list, you'll see AF1 and AF2. These are brand new. These are assignable function buttons. You'll see on the left front panel, you have 2 buttons. And where these come into effect, they allow you to change articulation or make a radical change or in the sound of the voice. For example, on the full concert grand piano, Assignable 1 changes the outer environment. In other words, I'm in a small room when I first call it up, but when I hit Assignable Function 1, I am now in a concert hall. So the assignable functions, as the name implies, can be assigned to different things. Now, a lot of people are disturbed by having to reach up and touch a button. You can control it with your feet. If you'd rather have the assignable function buttons turned on and off by using the foot controller, you can do that. And I'll show you how. Let's go back to Utility, and we're at F4, Controller Assign, and Subfunction 1, Assign. Assignable function 1 is controller 86. So if I set the foot switch to controller 86, now when I step on the foot controller pedal, it turns on the assignable function button. By matching the number, so I have small room and I can step on the pedal and be in a large hall. Now, where this assignable function button and controlling it with your foot comes in handy is when you're working on string sounds. Now, one of the things we hear from a lot of musicians, the MOX recorded the natural vibrato of the musician. So, in other words, when you call up the solo violin solo number 1, you can hear the natural vibrato of the musician. Assignable function 2 allows you to call up a different articulation. As you notice, without vibrato. This allows you to use the modulation wheel to add the vibrato yourself. Now, to manipulate all of this, you might, again, like to have assignable function 2 controlled by the foot controller. So once again, you go to Utility, Controller Assign, and set it to 87, because assignable function 2 is continuous control 87. So now, stepping on the pedal will turn on and off assignable function 2. This allows you to customize your performance. Remember, it's all about emulating instruments, it's all about control, and it's all about you being comfortable. So if the buttons are convenient, use the buttons. If you'd rather do it with your feet, assign the control number. Remember, you can freely choose which controller you want to use. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the sweep pedal, the FC7. The FC7 can be used to control all kinds of things. It can be a wah pedal, it can open and close filters, it could do panning, it can do volume. Now, under Utility again, in Controller Assign and Subfunction 1 Assignment, if you have the FC7 pedal plugged into the foot controller 1 jack, it defaults to expression. Expression is another word for volume. It allows you to change the volume of a sound. Now, this is very important on organ sounds because, as you know, electronic organs are not touch sensitive. So, in other words, the only way that you can increase or decrease the volume is with an expression pedal. However, let's say you want to use this pedal as a wah controller. All right, so FC1, I'm going to change this to be foot controller. You'll notice that now it's the same number as FC2. What this is going to do now is allow me to use it as a wah pedal. Very quick and easy. You can customize these sounds. Now you see a voice named Dual Coil Lead Wah FC2. And what I did was go to Utility Mode and make the FC1 the same number as FC2, foot controller. All right, this allows you now to change the function of the pedal.